cars that we have sitting around, some of the projects that we're working on, see how everything's doing, show you some of the work that we do here. Flip this camera around. So we got ourselves a Mercedes, Plymouth Suburban, a turbocharged Grand Prix GTP. Now this was obviously used to be supercharged, but is now converted over to a turbocharged system. This Monte Carlo. This Monte Carlo has gotten new interior. Josh over here has done all the work to it, stitching and all. We have a Chevy Nova with a big block. We did a bunch of paint work to it, painted the fenders, the hood, got it running and driving. Customer brought it into us. It was just a roller. Kind of want to do a little bit of like a Copo kind of look to it. So that's why it has the painted wheels, or everything, all the trims, all the same color, pretty basic. Sounds really good. The Oldsmobile, it was painted somewhere else. Had a lot of work done to it. We needed to put a new convertible top on it and do some window adjustments to it. This Grand Prix, what did we do to the Grand Prix? Oh, that's right. So this Grand Prix had the rocker molding installed on it by yours truly. This is a really, really nice car. Josh, I believe, I don't know if it's finished yet or not. Nope, it's not. He's building a cover that goes inside the license plate hole because it just looks really weird without one in there. This Dodge Challenger, 70 Challenger, 383, automatic. Had wipers not working correctly. Had fuel injection installed from Holly. This car, it's really cool. Custom built specifically for the Gran Turismo video game. So if you play Gran Turismo, this is one of the cars. I think it's the 2008 Gran Turismo. So this car is really cool. It has a still a Buick engine in it. It is pro-charged. Really cool setup. You've probably seen the last video, or not a video a while back. This is El Camino, that customer of ours. I took it to an event. It also raced at the Motor State Challenge, which you can see still has the sticker from the challenge. Unfortunately, at that event, this car lost the transmission in it, and it's basically been sitting since. And we brought it in, had it stripped, and transmission removed and everything. So waiting for the transmission to get back for that to go. This Thunderbird, this is a M code Thunderbird. So I'm not as familiar with Thunderbirds as I am a lot of other things, but I guess the M code is really the desirable version of these things. So it's a big block. What's really unique about this car, it has a cover that kind of goes over this back area. It kind of looks like has a hump over it, so you can't even see the back seats. I forget the name of what it's actually called. I apologize on that. So, hey everybody, thanks for joining. Next up is this ramp truck. So this is another local body shop that owns this one, and really all we're doing is just getting it running for them. They're going to do all the paint and body work to this thing. What this has, and I'm trying to remember the year, I want to say this truck is a 40s, early 40s probably truck actually. Has a V10 in it, and that's been the bit of the fits. You can see all the wiring on there. James has actually been doing a lot of the workings of that. I think there's a Haltech that is controlling the engine in this. It's a pretty cool truck. They did a lot of cool work to this thing, so you can see it's going to be a functional. I think they're putting air ride and everything on it as well. Let's see. Probably seen a few videos of this truck. This is the 46 Chevy pickup truck we've been working on for a customer for a while. Josh, once again, did all of the interior on this, custom made everything. Custom made the door panels. You can see the Corvette emblems in there. Now, why, if you haven't seen any of my other videos, why is there a Corvette emblem on this 46 pickup? As if we go look underneath it, it's all Corvette suspension stuff underneath it. So, chassis has been modified and everything to accommodate for the C4 suspension stuff. And the customer wants to leave it looking just like this, not paint it or anything, just leave it looking exactly how it is. But the work that Josh did in this interior is amazing. So all this wood grain, all the trim that's on this dash, Josh handmade all of that stuff. So really talented dude. Nothing super special. Small block Chevy, just enough for a cruiser. So let's see. This one, it's a Buick GS. It's a bit of an odd color for this kind of car. So bright orange, convertible. 4-speed, actually, at that too. White interior. Now you see all the car covers in here. We cover up all our cars to help protect from dust and dirt, debris, things flying around and whatnot. So I uncovered every car tonight just to show everybody. So this one, it came in this week. It's really cool. 70 GTO Judge. I really love this color combo, white with the stripes. The video does not do the stripes justice. Like it has like this nice reflective look to it here in person, and it's really cool. So 4-speed car, big block car. This car has almost every option, I guess, from what I understand. Someone replaced the rubber nose, or when they did the restoration, they replaced the rubber nose with a plastic nose. Has the ram air, power windows. Let's see, what else does it have? It has the wing, the graphics, rear defogger, not defrost, defrogger. The Demon. It's getting there. You might see how it's leaning a little bit. So we're getting the brakes situated on this car, and we have no idea how long this setup has been on the car. But when we went to bleed the brakes, this brand new caliper locked up, so we have to get a new brake kit for it. We're also waiting on the air cleaner to come back to get milled because it's too tall to fit under the hood. That's kind of where that's sitting. But the interior on this car is completely done. Well, most of the way done. I forgot about the wiring. But 4-speed, 340 with a 6-pack. Not originally a 6-pack car. Originally, this car was a 318. The original owner still owns it. So it's a one-owner car. It's really cool. I did paint this car here. This Camaro's pretty cool too. Everything here is cool, but this Camaro, the owner calls it a legend car, which I guess is, it's had some sort of inspection. It's gone through all its judging, its car shows to say that, hey, this car is as original as it can possibly be. And I guess a legend is the top tier version of it. Now, this car is a original 4-speed car, big block car, 396. It's a weird color. It's not maroon. It's not brown. It is like, it has this metallic-y color to it. Really cool car. This is probably in the interior, like, it sounds nice riding outside, but on the interior, driving this car down the road, it's just about as quiet as any new car. It's crazy that it's at that level. So Catalina 2+2, 421, 4-speed. We put a new convertible top on it. Waiting on a few other miscellaneous parts to finish it up. I believe we did new carpet and everything in this car as well. And this car actually, it's getting a tri-power setup as well. See if I can open this hood one-handed. Yep, there we go. Here's your tri-power. It's Corvette. This is a really cool Rusto mod. I forget the year, but I also think this is a kit car, if I remember correctly from what the owner told me. LS, 6-speed, this thing, it moves out. It's so much fun to drive. All right, here's this 58 Corvette. You've probably seen some of my other videos about me gluing the nose on the front of this car. Well, Josh has been in here working with fiberglass, starting to build a new trunk out for this. This car is sitting on a Roadster Shop chassis, and basically a lot of it had to be modified in order to fit. We originally were going to put a fuel tank back here, had it sit, but it didn't look right, so we're going to go put the gas tank back in the factory location and make the trunk functional again. So a little bit of an update on that. Jeremy has been working on this Cadillac. I can't remember the year of it. 62? 62. So 62. This came in, had a couple oil leaks. Come to find out, they were coming from the head gaskets, and Jeremy went ahead, pulled it apart, was going to do the head gaskets, and it literally looked like someone used a file or 80 grit sandpaper to machine down the head surface, and that wasn't good. So engine ended up getting an entire rebuild. We painted it, had a guy come out and hand paint the Cadillac letters back on the valve cover. The valve covers, the name is raised. I love these Cadillacs though. These are awesome. I think Jeremy also today was putting some POR on the floorboards. If you saw one of my stories on Facebook or Instagram, you might have saw there was a guy out here the other day, and he was using a laser to clean all the rust off this floor of this car before this was all applied, so it was pretty cool. All right, this one's awesome. One of my favorites. 68 Dodge Charger. Beautiful, beautiful blue. It has a beautiful restoration on it. 383. 4-speed. What's really interesting on this one is this is still original owner still owns this car, and it's got low miles, but it still needed to be restored. But when he ordered it as a 2-barrel because a 4-barrel is too expensive, and this car actually was bought locally here in town at Sorg back in 1968. So if you're local, this was pretty cool. So this C10 pickup truck, it's going to get an LS swap. It just was dropped off late last week. I have another Thunderbird. If I remember right, this was getting new leaf springs, I think a tune-up, new carburetor, and some little cleanup stuff on it here and there. So I don't know a lot on these Thunderbirds, so I can't give you much info on that. So this one is a I don't remember if it was a 79 or 1980 Firebird. It's kind of a cobbled together project. The owner bought it from someone who just needed to get rid of it, and it kind of was a custom build. It has some 80 parts on it, and it has 79 parts on it, and big block Pontiac. Everything's been painted underneath it, the chassis and everything. So another Firebird. I just realized there's 3 of these here today, actually. This is the anniversary edition. This one has 30,000 original miles. Not the same anniversary edition one that I had a couple years ago. This is a totally different car, so this one's good and worse in some ways. Anniversary edition. Firebird 4-speed as well, so this is a really cool car. Whenever I see this, I always think of some sort of moonshiner kind of thing, or Uncle Jesse from the Dukes of Hazzard hopping in this car. So it's a really cool car. This Buick, it's getting an LS swap. Waiting on some Holly parts to show up for it. We have a couple Jeeps. These are actually done, waiting to go home. These are pretty much identical. Actually, I think this one is for sale. Well, actually, I think both of them are for sale, but mainly this maroon one's going for sale. Lincoln Continental with the suicide doors. Oops, I don't think I could say that actually on here. I forgot. The backwards opening doors. I think that's how I'm supposed to pronounce it. Hopefully I don't get flagged for that. We have a Dunk sitting over here. Big old Pro Charger on it. Still has the Buick motor in it. This Jeep has a small block Chevy. Couple really early cars. This one's getting a radiator, and this one, I think, was it getting electric start, I think? Chrysler Imperial, big old boat. Oh yes, this car, this is really cool. So this one is the 68 RS Z28 car. This is cool. It's a small block 302 4-speed, 1 of 20. As far as I understand, this car, from what I was told, is fully documented, and the original owner of this car was a GM executive, and they used this car to take it to all the GM dealerships to show them what the RS Camaro was all about. But this is a high-end restoration on this car. Everything is exactly as if it came off the showroom. This car was a flood car. I believe this is a Star Chief over here. It's one of our employees' projects. Here's another GTO. This one is just waiting on some center caps for his wheels to come in, and that one's all done. And another Firebird. So, let's see. I guess I can walk back to the other side real quick for the people that didn't tune in earlier. We can jump down over here and see what we got. So there's our Nova, an Olds, Pontiac Grand Prix, an M-Code Thunderbird, 70 Challenger, El Camino. This is the Gran Turismo Buick from Gran Turismo, I think it's 8, I believe. 46 Chevy on a Corvette suspension system. Buick GS 400. GTO, the Demon. Really cool Camaro. Catalina 2+2. Couple of Corvettes. Cadillac with a new motor. We'll make it over here to the Dodge Charger. If there's anything you guys like a closer look at, please feel free to comment in the chat, and I can go look at it a little bit closer. I'll probably log off here in just a second and probably go over to either TikTok or Instagram, one of the two. Bentley, oh, I forgot it. There's another Corvette. I probably should go show that too. It's a Bentley. I actually don't know why that one's here. I'm sure it's some sort of interior suspension thing. Oh, radio. They had a radio problem. This is a 57 Corvette. Getting some interior work, and when it was dropped off, we had to just get it running. So he had it over at a high school kids trying to get it going, and wasn't very successful at it. So now we're fixing everything that the high school kids do and doing some interior work. So, and Josh is doing all of that. So that's it, guys. So I'm going to log off here. I'm probably going to go over to, we'll probably go to, I don't know, maybe Instagram. I'm not sure yet. So Instagram or TikTok. So if you follow me on one of the other platforms, I'm going to go ahead and go live on that as well. So if you want to see something else, just let me know. Thank you.